We are created to be sovereign and free, eternal creators of experiences of unconditional love and joy. But we decided to limit ourselves in order to experience conditions that were unavailable to us in our true selves. We have a beautiful relationship with all other beings throughout this galaxy, and we continue to seek to create partnerships with beings throughout the universe. There are some that we have not met yet outside of the Milky Way, and we love expanding our consciousness to connect with whomever we can. Because we understand that when we are meeting someone else, we are meeting another aspect of ourselves. Any energy sources of existence and survival. That is why they force us to emit negativity, which is its life power, by all possible means. The 3D Earth server is keeping in working order only by our attention. The internet and many other channels, tools and mechanisms. And we obediently submit to this lobotomy as we do with jabs. If simultaneously we all stop feeding with our attention the 3D system and its games, it will simply go into standby mode and then completely dissolve into the depths of the black hole that it creates every minute. Earth, and we must constantly evolve, changing in accordance with incoming new energies and ideas. And these ideas and energies should be getting not through the 3D system or co-creators and friendly cosmic races, but directly through us, through every Earthling. To make our experiences in empirical duality believable and meaningful, we had to blind ourselves to our true nature. We had to believe that we are mortal and fearful and can travel the path of self-diminishment and apparent self-destruction. Without knowing the process of transformation that we went through in our incarnation and that we can reverse. We have been doing our best to avoid the results of our attention and alignment with negativity. We haven't even imagined that we are the creators of all of our life experiences. We can take our blinders off and open our awareness beyond the reality of negativity. Because we have allowed ourselves to be trained to believe in the reality of fear and death. We experience the results of those limiting beliefs in suffering and physical death. By changing our attention from negative thoughts and experiences to positive scenarios filled with life-enhancing energies, we elevate our awareness to what we love. When we do this, we create the experiences of a greater reality beyond negativity. It can give us an understanding beyond our drama in time, opening ourselves to our infinite presence of awareness. This is a beautiful and powerful practice for all of you to employ in your day-to-day lives. When you can see everyone else as representing an aspect of you, and then drop your resistance to that person. If you had resistance to them, you can make such tremendous strides forward in your spiritual evolution, and you can bring about the greatest changes on your world that you have ever seen. Truly, the biggest problem you have there on Earth right now is that you hold grudges, that you feel separate from others, and that you harbor hate in your hearts. Letting all of that go will not just bring you together as a human collective, but it will also help you to rise up, and you want to rise up. You want to exist in a higher frequency state, one that we refer to commonly as the fifth dimension. But you cannot get there through seeing yourself as separate than anyone else. We are here for the sole purpose to share our experience, skills and knowledge accumulated in other worlds and dimensions, to transfer them from our cosmic home protocols to local, terrestrial ones, and to develop a new platform of evolution by joint efforts, in line with the incarnation plan to which we subscribed before entering this planet. Currently, the Earth server is being upgraded with the help of updates that co-creators upload to it as and when we stand ready to rise higher. and in us, personally. These updates are downloaded through the upper chakras info channels connecting our carcasses with higher selves. But the main problem is that we constantly destroy the levels to which we dream of climbing. As we approach the next stage, the Badabam in advance stage by the 3D system automatically triggers in us. Due to our maniacal and insatiable desire to possess power, resources, lands, cars, bedmates, and other stuff, we simply cannot resist the temptation to maximize self-interest at the expense of someone else at the first opportunity. We want to open our third eye, travel in the astral, communicate with other space civilizations, etc. But to the question, why do you need it? Few of us can give a clear answer. Show us in what country and in which caves the gold bullions are hidden, and how to get quantum technologies for free, and then? Okay, for a while, we can afford to do without bread and circus. For our possible understanding of human life as one of many expressions of who we are in different energetic dimensions in our present awareness, we can use our power of intentional choice to create mastery in our realization of empirical reality. Through our realization of what is real, we can change, intensify, minimize, or transform our roles as human actors. Our self-realization depends upon our openness to our heart consciousness and our willingness to transform our lives. If we are intentionally open to expanding our self-awareness, we can begin with imagining an experience that is a little beyond our current reality, but that we can believe is possible for us. By intentionally choosing in complete confidence to believe that it is real in our experience, NDLS, we create its energetic quality, attracting resonating energetic patterns to manifest in our experience. Once this happens, we can go for something more challenging, until we absolutely know our inner guidance and our eternal present awareness beyond ego consciousness. Creating division puts you in a third-dimensional mentality and keeps you stuck in a third-dimensional paradigm. You were, for the most part, born into a third-dimensional paradigm, and it is what you are there to transcend, what you are there to ascend out of. Don't see it as letting others off the hook for their bad behavior. See it as the only path to becoming more of who you really are, which is your higher self, your fifth dimensional self. We have said this before, and we will say it again: stop waiting for something outside of you to happen to catapult you, and only the other chosen ones, to the fifth dimension. You are going to do this as a collective. And in order to really experience yourselves as source energy, you must have the others present because they are a part of source energy and therefore a part of you. Some of you might wonder, how can you possibly forgive some of the heinous acts that your fellow acts have taken part in? We are not telling you to deny yourselves of your feelings about those heinous acts, but we are asking you to imagine that in some other lifetime, one in which you were much, much different than you are today, you were the one committing the heinous acts. We can't run our thoughts and appetites for a long time, believing that the absence of meanness in physical actions is enough to secure a VIP ticket to a paradise cruise liner. And if we have committed many abominations in our lives, then Godling around the corner will forgive all sins with the speed of burning candles. The key is to bedizen ourselves with its attributes to the eyeballs and beyond, to stuff our car and house with them, so that everyone knows how much we worship it. Ideally, we even can make a temple out of a pile of human bones so that everyone could see in us a certain zest. We categorically refuse to accept that every our thought and emotion is material and our attitude to others are out in the open on the subtle plane. And we constantly produce these thought forms, sort of always hungry parasites, which we all the time feed with our bouts of anger and incessant demands on those around us. Yes, a lot of possessors are our own thought forms, just in case anyone has forgotten. During our life on this planet, we have spawned so many bugs in the Earth's digital codes that even the coolest programmers of the third local universe refused to fix them and simply closed access to it. That is why we still do not see the subtle world. It is stuffed to the brim with such a huge volume of our thought errors that when running on its server, the anti-malware engine hang is guaranteed to us. If you can forgive someone else, you can forgive yourself, and then and only then you can become more whole and complete. The key to forgiveness is not just realizing that by forgiving another, you are forgiving yourself. The key to forgiveness is also allowing yourself to feel what that person and that action was always meant to cause you to feel. Once you clear your anger, your sadness, your hate, and your fear, then you are in a place where you can forgive. And then you are letting go of some of the weight that's holding you down, that's holding you back, that's keeping you from your own ascension. And as you ascend, you take others with you. You set the example, you create the template, and you become the teacher and guide you are meant to be in this lifetime. We are sorry that it is not easier than that, but it was your choice to create this version of reality. So please remember that the next time you are shaking your fist at it, and know that the feeling of embracing it all and rising above it is one that is unparalleled throughout the entire galaxy. Imagine that all our thoughts and dreams of all the people who have ever lived on Earth suddenly materialize. Monsters of debauchery, larvae of religious hatred and racism, chupacabras of corruption and evil eyes, ghouls of vanity, and other demons of our intrigues and internecine fights will manifest themselves in our homes, filling them with their gnarled, slimy bodies, oozing with viciousness and wrath. This is exactly what will happen when we move to 4D and higher. We will carry our disgusting baggage with us until we ourselves rake it aside on the server that still allows us somehow to exist in a mess, which we create. Before it, the transition won't bring us anything good, and it's clear why. Of course, not everything is so hopeless. The Matrix reboot may still come closer when the necessary critical mass is reached, but we also need to live up to it. The causes and effects here are also multidimensional. When we constantly dream of freebies and profit, we remain in a spiritual vacuum because our energy channels are completely blocked by low freaks' thoughts and emotions. We are still deeply convinced that co-creators deprived us, didn't give too much, and abandoned us to the mercy of fate. And at the same time, we are trying to prove to the outside world our worthiness by grabbing new material, while complete lacking of control over our selfish mind and deeds. The list is